So the question for today is, and this can be posed a few different ways, but the question is, how can you as an individual best help your ward? The other versions of that question are, how can you as an individual help yourself in your ward, or how can your ward help you, et cetera, et cetera. Then there's also, of course, the worst case scenario. So what is the worst thing you can do as an individual for your ward? So right now, the question is, what can you as an individual do for your ward? What are some of the best things you can do for your ward?
Okay, and you want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Well, I think the best thing you can do for your ward is to learn is to build relationships, with everyone, get to know everyone, and to learn how to uplift and empower everyone. So sustaining your bishop, for example, and the counselors, you can connect with them, you can pray for them, and you can show how you're grateful for them by building relationship with them.
What does that look like on a practical level? So each Sunday, what is the goal? Like every Sunday I want to do X. What would it be?
Like with that specific example I was just talking about.
Yeah, well, build and uplift. What is one action that you could write down and be like, this is my goal each week. I'm going to work on this thing, specific action. What would it be?
For me, it's kind of like, have I uplifted someone? Is someone leaving, talking with me, feeling better about themselves? So it could be something I remembered from the week before, and I go up to them this week, like, hey, I really loved your talk. This is why. Hey, I noticed this, and that really inspired me. So, like, building people up. We're invited to build Zion, and I think that's really important. And it's hard to build Zion if we're not connecting with people. And so I think it just takes practice. And so your point was you wanted to do something they could write down. So it might be just as simple right now, like say you're not very comfortable doing that. It just might be as simple as like shaking their hand and being like, "Hi, I'm so glad you're here." Maybe start with that.
So like actively engage in one heartfelt conversation each Sunday.
Yes, there you go. That would be a good goal.
So not beyond small talk.
Hmm. I do not like small talk. Small talk does not get you anywhere.
Yeah, I hate small talk.
Yeah.
Find it very annoying. So you meet with somebody or you shake somebody's hand. Hey, how you doing? How was your week? And then at some point you're going to want to transition to some not small talk question about their lives. Like, how was the thing, the activity? I heard your air conditioner broke, or do you have time this week to go to the temple? Is that kind of what you're talking about?
Yeah, and that takes practice because I think sometimes other people, it's hard to break them out of small talk. So you do have to build trust. There is that moment of building trust with people, which is being consistent. Don't be the person who's like, "Oh yeah, I was thinking about you," and then you never talk to them again. Don't be that person. Don't text someone and be like, "Hey, we missed you," and then you like never follow up with them. Genuinely want to build a relationship with them because people can feel that. Then people are more willing to open up to you.
Okay. So then the next question I think would be how. So if I'm able to set that goal and meet that goal for a couple of weeks, how is that helping my ward? How is that one of the best ways to help my ward?
Well, I think it breaks down barriers. It helps people more be open and vulnerable, and you're setting the example. When someone feels heard and seen, they have a natural desire to want to do the same thing for other people. So it's kind of a domino effect. Be the example you want to see. So, um, for example, one time I bore my testimony and I talked about how Satan wants to keep um, you from telling things you're going through, like to keep it in. But when you learn to share it, it actually loses its power. And then someone the next Sunday told me that, hey, I did what you said, and it worked. And so that's kind of what it reminds me of, is um, And then, well, let me go back to my me. I am a very open and vulnerable person, and so I naturally do that. And so people feel like they can do that with me because I already am open and vulnerable. So I think it just goes back to be the person that you hope others will be as well. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like if you're the type of person that would want somebody to come up to genuinely connect with you, then be the type of person that walks up to others and genuinely connects with them.
Yes. I
What if you're the type of person that genuinely wants people to leave you alone?
oh,
I'm not speaking from personal experience or
yes,
anything.
yes, you are. Um I would explore why and how you came to be that way because there is a I think a healthy reconnecting with yourself, and then there's also like I just avoid and I don't want connection because I feel insecure. So it's you got to learn to be honest with yourself and the Lord can help you with that. But again, I think I've met people like that, but I've also been able to break down their walls. And so it's like keep showing and slowly that person will open up.
Yeah, and I think if you're vulnerable with people, it helps build trust. Like if you are constantly holding back, then it's hard to kind of build a deep relationship where you're pretty good at being vulnerable and building trust so that people are comfortable
People,
leaning on you.
yeah, people feel when you are just doing the checklist. If you are a checklist,
Mhm.
if I'm going to someone and they're just a checklist, so I feel good about being a Christian or whatever, I'm doing my due diligence, I hope they feel welcome. They feel that. Like people know when you genuinely want to connect with them and they will open up.
So maybe to kind of synthesize that a little bit, the one of the best things you can do for a ward is go beyond the checklist.
Yes.
Like I think we all kind of know what it looks like to just show up and check all the boxes and leave. So maybe make a goal that is one thing you can do that goes beyond the checklist, something you either don't do very often or have never done on Sunday. Like talk to somebody you've never talked to or invite somebody over. You know, I was thinking, we were talking earlier about this. When we first moved into this ward, we set a goal as a family to have one family from the ward over for dinner each week. And we did that for like a year. So we had, probably wasn't 50 families, but we had 20 or 30 families over to our house right in a row, right when we moved in. And that was a big head start in connecting with the family and trying to get ahead on building friendships, communication, trust, vulnerability, all kinds of stuff to be able to help the ward and then also help ourselves and stuff as well. And we don't do it every week now, but we definitely invite a lot of people over, 10 or 15 families a year or something. And so that would be a good goal, I think.
Yeah, so a thought that comes to my mind is what is the purpose of all this? Is God's purpose that we just go on Sundays, we just kind of interact here and there, we have callings, and then we go home and we don't think about it for the rest of the week? No. The point is we're practicing heaven, we're practicing connecting with each other, right? We're practicing building relationship. God is all about connection and all about building relationship. And if we're not going and learning to attain that, then we're missing the whole point of it. Like church is a beautiful opportunity to build relationships. It's a beautiful opportunity to build connection and to extend that to all areas of your life. Don't just be a Sunday goer. Let it transform who you are and who you want to become.
Reminds me of that concept we talked about years ago of instead of making Sunday a special day, try to make every day like Sunday.
Hmm.
And that's part of it where you're like, well, it's Sunday, so I need to go be super friendly. It's like, okay, well, we should be Sunday friendly every day. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think also when we compartmentalize things, we're missing the mark as well. Like church is a beautiful thing, but I don't think it is just meant to be at the church. I think the church is the training center for us, if you will, to bring all those principles out into the world because we are to bring the kingdom of God here upon the earth. So everything we do there needs to be brought back into our everyday life, into our community, into our neighborhoods, so we can bring Zion. And so I really think that we just look at it in such a shallow way, and we need to learn to look at it for why it was given and what it is for. Like the Lord, his whole kingdom is called the church of the firstborn. And it's not that because we go to church on Sunday, it's because we have become the church. So, anyways, I think really it's like, who do you want to become and bring that and practice that? Yeah.
Yeah, thinking about the question myself, my thoughts go to the best way to help your ward as an individual is be empathetic, care about other people, and you touched on that. And then the kind of opposite side of that, not to kind of jump into the next question for another video, but the the opposite of that would be to not think of other people and to think of yourself all the time and just be worried about you and not how you can help others. And so if you're getting as far away from that end of the spectrum as you can, then you're going to be doing pretty good. Any last thoughts?
Well, are you wanting to answer that question or is that a different video?
I'll do a different one.
Okay.
We're already 12 minutes and we're 2 minutes over. This video is going to be so long.
Okay, then it's
This is not